Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back to another episode of Dirty Dog Trucking on ATS. We are in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, trying to find a load. We've been here for 3 days trying to find a load. Yeah, we got in, I believe it was on Tuesday when we started looking for a load out of Philadelphia. Philadelphia, that's an interesting place because it's a large city and they only have two places here that you can load or deliver. Oh, so that makes it difficult. So we don't really see anything going up in the Northeast. Everything I've seen going up in the Northeast is coming from way far away. And so there's nothing going like from Philadelphia to Providence, Rhode Island, or up to Burlington, Vermont, or Hartford, Connecticut, or anything up in there. We found one load going to Fayetteville, North Carolina. It's about 8 hours and 47 minutes. It's going to take us south. Not exactly where we wanted to go. We would like to go northeast or really south down into southern Florida. But those trips are long trips. Now, obviously the one to southern Florida is going to be a long trip because Florida's a long state, north and south. And so, even if we started in Jacksonville and went to Key West, we're going to have a long video, right? So I think we're going to take this load going to Fayetteville and see where it takes us from there. We can't continue to sit here in...
Time to hit the road.
We cannot continue to sit here in Philadelphia waiting for them to come up with a load for us. So we're going to go pick up this load right down the street. And then we're going to head out to Fayetteville, North Carolina. I did a little bit of driving around last night without putting it on camera, just a tractor. I just bobtailed around town to see what there was and use up some time so that I could advance my clock another 30 hours. And I can tell you, there's not a whole lot here. I mean, Philadelphia is a pretty good sized city. And in the game, it's two businesses. There's two places you can pick up and deliver. Yeah, I think I would have expanded on that one because that doesn't make much sense. So there's a truck in my garage over there. Look at that. I guess they do repairs on other people's trucks. They don't on mine. But anyhow, I did go and get the truck fixed. I've got the oil change and things. Got all that done while we were waiting. And we bought a garage in Philadelphia, as you can see. And that was it. It was the only garage we could buy. We didn't discover any new cities coming from Pittsburgh or from Cleveland through Pittsburgh.
Turn right.
To, we didn't discover any new cities that we could buy garages in other than Philadelphia. It's a casino.
Stay right, and then turn right.
Now it is early in the morning. It's 5 a.m.
Turn
By the time
right.
we pick up this trailer, it will be daylight, I hope, so we can drive during the day. It's only about a 9-hour drive down to Fayetteville, North Carolina again. So it shouldn't be terrible trip. We'll go down through, I believe they have us going down I-95.
Get ready to turn left.
That would make most sense. I don't believe we're going to go back over through West Virginia. That wouldn't make any sense.
Turn left.
I did come up here last night, and I got in a bind up here last night. Now, I want to tell you, I got in a bind up here last night. I went up here, and I tried to back in somewhere, and I couldn't back up any further. It was one of those situations where they had us away from where we needed to be. We were not close to the fence.
Get ready to turn left.
And the truck came around the corner and he got
Turn
stopped
left.
in front of us. He got stopped in front of us and he couldn't move and I couldn't move. So, boys and girls, guess what happened? I just went in and teleported back to the garage. and said that was it. That's all we could do. That was all we could do, folks. Stop sign.
This is where it ends.
No, it's not. It ends up here. This is a stop sign. Okay, so we're going to pick up this trailer here. Maybe. We don't wreck the truck first. Okay, and we're going to Fayetteville. Well, we could go to Knoxville. Knoxville's what, about 11 hours, 12 hours? Yeah. We can go to Knoxville. I think we're going to go to Fayetteville, straight down 95. Simple. We can go to Lawton, Oklahoma. That's 28 hours. That's too far. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take this
Time
job.
to get the job done.
See where our trailer is. It's up here blinking at us. Okay. It is for sale goods. Okay. We're going to hit the angle again. Remember, we were over this far. Because we have this long trailer, I like to hit it at an angle so that we have a head start on the way out.
Let's go.
This way we have a head start going out the angle we need to go. Because this is a super long cab. Watch that trailer back there. We don't wipe it out. Okay, we're on the way to Fayetteville, North Carolina, boys and girls. We'll go a little bit slower with a speed bump here. Get on I-95, it is straight south to Fayetteville.
Get ready to turn right.
If we don't mess up and
Turn
take a
right.
wrong turn somewhere. Like a storage building place across the street there. Wait for this car to come because we're going to take up the whole road getting out of here, I think. One more time, we'll wait on this one too. Okay, that one's not coming up here. So we're going to go ahead and go. And there was one coming, wasn't there?
Go
Yeah.
straight.
Alrighty then. There's a UPS out delivering at 5 o'clock in the morning. They never come here at 5 o'clock in the morning. We usually see them about 5 or 6 in the evening.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
I got in a bind last night. I went out, like I said, riding around. And backed up, and I was way far away from the fence, like in the other one. Went to get out of the situation. The truck come around the corner and got right in front of me, and he couldn't go forward because he was too close to my truck, and I couldn't back up because it wouldn't let me move. And if I moved forward, I would have hit his truck. So I'd exit out and go back to the garage. The good thing about teleporting, right? Because the other situation would have been to call a wrecker, and that would have cost I don't know how many thousands of dollars to get back to wherever we had to go. And I'm not sure if there's a garage that they would have towed us to. I don't know. I know there's a place you can get work done in Philadelphia. There is not one in Pittsburgh for some reason.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Yep, somehow we got damaged. I don't know how. Thought we just ran on the grass. Well, alrighty. I thought we just ran on the grass. Apparently not. Well, alrighty then. And it's not even dark. A little light out here. I don't know what I hit. Let's see what this telling us. 1% damage to the cab. Okay. Well, okay. Not sure what that was. I thought I would just run up on the grass. Okay. There's a set of doubles. And I said the other day about the trucks being company names and the place that we pick up and deliver cannot be company names. I think that's because they are different mods. They are not SCS mods. Those are made by other people. And so apparently whatever was said or done was done because of the customers, not because of the trucks on the road and the advertising. Now we do have advertising. Well, we're in Delaware. We just picked up a new state. They do have advertising. That is also a separate mod. And they aren't saying anything about that one as of yet. Come on, people, we got places to go. Come on now, we can't be running no 57 miles an hour. We got to go. We got to get on down the road. We got to go. Don't make me pass you. Or Sir Jambon said we're going to overtake them. I think we had a bigger engine than they do or something. Maybe they're heavier. I don't know. But we're not going to ride behind them all the way to Fayetteville, I can tell you that. We're going to get on around them. We're double with the day cab. Wow. Well, UPS does that, so I guess that makes sense. Depends on where they're going. If you're not going too far, you can use a day cab. If you are traveling where you're going overnight, you either have to get a hotel room or you have to have a sleeper. Per DOT regulations, you have to be able to sleep, and you have to have an approved DOT sleeper or get a motel. Or have something where you can go sleep. You cannot sleep in the cab unless you have a sleeper. Well, you can sleep in the cab, you just can't count on your sleep time. So, I'm going to believe we're on I-95, though I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not really sure we're on I-95. It is. Oh, there it is. It's on the GPS. It is I-95. Well, we should be able to take this right into Fayetteville and get it to steer correctly. It won't seem to stay straight here. Either go to the left or to the right. It's not staying straight in the lane. Come on, people. Why is it not staying straight in the lane? Now, I've driven this road several times. I-95 from Pennsylvania down to Florida. Baltimore, we discovered Baltimore, folks. We can buy a garage when we get there. When we get back to Fayetteville, we can now buy a Baltimore garage. I don't like the idea that you can't really see what kind of loads they have coming out of a place until you buy the city. Now, you can go into the map and zoom in on the map and see what's there. But you can't really see the type of loads or where they're going on the road board until you buy the city. You cannot go to World of Trucks uh, cargo market
Go
and
straight.
see any loads on the coast to coast. Those loads are strictly on the paid mod. Now, if I had a trailer, I don't know if I could go to the cargo mart. I know there's a World of Trucks market. There's three different load boards. One is for, well, it's four actually. One is when you don't want to drive your own truck or you didn't have a truck. When we first started out in this game, remember, we didn't have a truck. We had to drive for someone else, so we could teleport in anywhere and just pick up the truck and go. And then once you buy a tractor, then you have to um, take your truck with you, obviously. So then you can check into the World of Trucks cargo board, and you can check into the freight board. Now, once you buy a trailer, then you can go to what they call the external markets. An external market will allow you to buy or to pick up loads using your own trailer. Again, I don't like the idea of buying a trailer because it limits what you can haul. You know, yesterday we were hauling plows on a flatbed. Today we're hauling something in a van. So if you had say we had a flatbed, it would really limit what we can haul, especially places like Philadelphia where the only load coming out of there,
Stay left.
It did have doubles.
And then continue straight.
It did have doubles trailers of plows going to Cleveland,
Go straight.
I believe, or Pittsburgh. It was going, it was going west. It was Cleveland or Pittsburgh, but that would have required doubles, not singles. So if you had a single flatbed, what are you going to do? You can't take that load either. So it really limits what you can take if you buy a trailer. And I suspect that's just like real life. You know, if you have a van, you can't haul flatbed freight. Generally, you can sometimes. Sometimes they'll load it into your. Sometimes they will load it into your truck, but more often than not, they're not going to
Stay left.
that kind of freight.
And then continue
van.
straight.
And I know you can't haul reefer freight, refrigerated freight, or frozen
Go
freight
straight.
on a flatbed. You have to have a refrigerated or a frozen refrigerated trailer. So, you know, I think buying a trailer would limit what you can do. And so I didn't buy a trailer. We can do what they call a trailer share. Trailer sharing is where you, like Landstar. Landstar has a trailer share option in their contract. If you were working for Landstar, if you leased under Landstar, you can do a trailer share where you have insurance and it covers their trailers or other trailers. And wherever you go, you just pick up a trailer and go. Now, they have a lot of trailers. Landstar, so far as I know, Landstar themselves do not own any trucks. They only own trailers. Now, some of the brokers might own trucks. Some of the, what they call the load coordinators, or they used to call them dispatchers. I don't know if they still call them that, but they're brokers. They might have trucks, but that's a personal thing that they own, not associated with Landstar itself. They're just trucks that they buy themselves, and they hire drivers and they lease those trucks on to Landstar. So that's a possibility. But so far as them owning any trucks, I don't believe they do. And that would be what you call power only. Power only is where you supply the power to pull somebody else's trailer. Now, there are power only loads in real life. I haven't seen any on the game, which I guess all of these are, right? They just don't call it that because I don't have a trailer and I'm still pulling a trailer. So I guess I'm what they call power only, where you go somewhere and you pick up somebody else's trailer and you haul it from point A to point B. And that's what we do. We're a power only company. We do not own trailers. And again, that's the reason, because it would severely limit what we can haul. And, you know, we'd get into Philadelphia, we'd be stuck there for 20 years if we had a flatbed. I mean, there's just no telling when they're going to get another flatbed load out of there with only two companies. Van freight by far is more popular. You'll see more van freight on the road than you will flatbeds in certain regions. In some regions, you'll see more flatbeds. If you have steel mills, manufacturing, a lot of equipment manufacturing, you'll see more flatbeds. Companies that use steel, lumber, those are generally loaded on flatbeds. Not always. They can load them in. They can load those in vans. Now they also have the curtain trailers, and I think we have seen one of those early on in the game. Not sure if we've ever hauled one. We might have, but they have side curtain trailers. Now those are pretty cool. Those are actually more flexible type trailers. You can haul van freight many times, or you can haul flatbed sometimes. It just depends on the load itself. But you could pull the curtain back and use it as a flatbed, or you can pull the curtain back and they can load it as a flatbed, and you pull the curtain back and cover it, so you don't have to tarp it. Like the day we hauled the lumber and then poured down rain, I'm not sure that was a good idea. I hope that was treated lumber, but there are things you can do to maximize your freight if you own trailers. But again, you still limit what you can haul. We've hauled frozen foods. You can't haul frozen foods even in a side curtain or curtain side trailer. Just you would limit what you can haul. So we're not buying any trailers.
Stay left, and then continue straight.
The garages really are not set up for
Go straight.
trailers. If you notice how tight it is with just getting this truck in and out, if you can imagine, even with a smaller truck, with a shorter wheelbase, in a trailer, it would be very difficult to get in and out. So they're really not set up for trailers. I have seen, and we've all seen in the videos, where there are trailers in my garages, and I have no idea how they got them in there. Because sometimes they're on the very end, and there would be just no way that I would think you could get a trailer in there. I certainly couldn't do it. I'd be a much better driver than I am to do that. But see, I was nice. I moved over and let that guy in, or that woman. I keep saying that. I say it every video, don't I? So, I'm not sure where we are. I'm not sure if we're still in Virginia or are we in North Carolina yet. Looks like we're in Virginia by the time. We should be, now Richmond should be coming up, but I don't think they have Richmond. I don't remember seeing Richmond, Virginia in the game. But Richmond's a big city. I've seen Norfolk, Roanoke, and there were some other cities over to the west, I think. But I don't remember seeing Richmond. I may be wrong. I mean, I have been wrong before, haven't I? So we will get there when we get there. I guess another 3 hours and 29 minutes, about 3.5 hours. We're over halfway there. And there's a dogwood tree, so that's pretty common along the highways here. Virginia have a lot of dogwood trees. Georgia probably has peach trees because they're the peach state. North Carolina has pine trees because they're the Tar Heel state. Virginia must have dogwoods. Virginia is for lovers. That was their saying years and years and years ago. I don't know if they still use that. A long time ago, they started a saying called "Virginia is for lovers." Delaware. I was in Delaware a couple of times. They have a dog track there you can go to. They race dogs. I believe it was greyhound dogs, if I'm not mistaken. It probably wasn't Chihuahuas, right? Charleston, West Virginia has a greyhound racetrack and casino. And I think Cleveland does now too. I saw where there was one in Philadelphia right across from there we are, now we're in North Carolina. I did see in North Carolina, in Cleveland, in Philadelphia, there's a casino right across the garage. And I know Cleveland has casinos now in real life, but I didn't see anyone over there with the truck in the game. So, we are in North Carolina. We should be rolling on into Rocky Mount, I think is the next city they have here. There was Emporia, Virginia, but I don't think we crossed that. We didn't come through that city. That's right on the border of North Carolina and Virginia. We didn't pass through it, so I don't know if it's not on the game or if we just didn't pass through it. Because you know we have to go through it to discover it. We can't just go by it. Rocky Mount, I know, is on the map, so we should. Well, I'm not going to say should. Hopefully we'll discover it, and we're going to bypass the scale. Thank goodness, because I'm moving right along here, and I don't want to slow down. Getting around this guy, I don't know why they're stopping. I don't know why they were stopping. Did pretty good there, didn't we? Went right around them. Little pucker there, but not much. And okay, that went off this time. One time before, remember, it didn't. After we passed the scale, that thing didn't go off, saying that we had passed and we were okay to go. Okay, so we're still on I-95 south. We should be passing Rocky Mountain here, so pretty quickly. Watch for it on the GPS there. And I know that there are a lot of cities that are not on this map that are deserving of the map. But now if you go across 64, that will take you back over to Raleigh, North Carolina. We do have a garage there. Remember, that's where we ended.
Stay left.
That's where we started. That's where we started with coming into the east from out west. Was that we had gone from, I believe it was Little Rock, Arkansas, to Raleigh, I believe, wasn't it? I think that's what we did. Oh, slow down. Slow down. We'll let FedEx take our ticket. I don't want it. You can have it. You can have the speeding ticket, FedEx. I don't know why they're always in a hurry, because my packages are always late. I understand that. Just kidding. No, I'm not really. FedEx is, yeah, they're known for delivering packages late to me. I actually stopped using them years ago, just on a personal note, but I still get packages because other people ship from them, but I don't use them. And now when we get down here, it's going to be interesting because I know that exit 80 on 95 is actually the exit where you can go right. Coming from this direction, you go to the right, and you'd be going west towards Raleigh. And you can go left, which is east, and you could go to Wilmington. That would take us and finish up our I-40 route, or at least this part of it. We still have the part from Raleigh over to here, but we missed finishing I-40 because we went to, didn't have a load going that way. We're going to stay at 61. I'm not going to keep going up and down on the speed. We're almost there. We're only about another hour and 15 minutes, so we'll be good. We'll behave. We'll go a little bit slower coming into Fayetteville. Enjoy the scenery a little better. Now, North Carolina does have a lot of pine trees, and I think that's what those trees are supposed to be over on the side. They have what they call Carolina pine. In South Carolina, I'm not sure what trees they have, but they're called the Palmetto State. So I don't know if they have palmetto trees. I don't know such a thing. I don't know. I wonder if this is I-40 coming up. Let's see if this is I-40. Should be exit 80. Let's see if that's true. Well, I mean, they got it at 82.
Stay left.
82, 87. Something like that. Oh, that's pretty close. Actually, it's exit 80. The game is not accurate by any means. I mean, it's close. I don't want to say by any means. It is pretty accurate. But it's okay. It's all right. It doesn't have to be. We're still playing the game. And when they come out with the paid version, then we'll get that. And that should be better because you have the professional modders doing it. And it really, they know how to put all the extra stuff in it. For being non-professional modders, non-paid modders, they did pretty good with this. They did pretty good. We are about 30 minutes away from Fayetteville. I had said in one of the other videos that maybe what they should do is take the unpaid modders and ask them to help them get the other states out. And that would be a good idea to take this, like this mod, coast to coast. If SCS would do it, is take this mod and build on it rather than start from scratch. Like pick out each state, and that might help them. And I'm not sure they're not going to do that. I don't know.
Stay right, and then exit right.
And boys and girls, we're there. I'm not sure they're not going to do that, but that would be I think
Exit
a good
right.
idea because this is certainly good enough to build on. Okay, slow down here.
Stay right,
Okay.
and then turn right. Turn right.
Okay, we're going to turn right, and then we're going to go left, and then we're going to go down there and drop off this trailer. And we may get another load today. It's only 12 o'clock. What in the world? It's not even late yet, folks. It is early, early, early.
Stay left, and then turn left. Turn left.
Now, I want you to know this actually looks more like a Lumberton exit. There is an exit in Lumberton, North Carolina, that looks exactly like this. This is a Lumberton exit here. And I know that because I've been there.
Get ready to turn right.
Why does this thing keep, when I hit the brakes, this thing goes in reverse. I'm not sure why it's doing that now. Didn't used to do that. Hit the brakes and it goes in reverse because it's the same button, but it's supposed to hit the brakes and then once you stop, well, this says go right. We don't want to go right. We go to the next one and go right. Okay, I'm glad I saw those X's. We've been turned around again, wouldn't we?
Turn right.
There you go. Now we're going to turn right. I'm going to try to take up the whole road here.
You have arrived at your destination. Your route guidance is now finished.
See where they want us to put it. I think we can do that one. Let's try that. We can do that. We can do that. That's along the side of the building. I think we can handle that. This is the one that is so difficult to get out of, remember? Well, we picked up here before, haven't we? I think we picked up here and went to somewhere. This is the one where you have to go over here on the right where that trailer is. And you pick up there, then you have to come out and make a U-turn to get out, which is not always the easiest thing to do with a tractor trailer, folks. Just saying. We have delivered another one, boys and girls. Whew. We're in only 36 minutes. We've done good. We did good. About a 40-minute video here. That's not bad. And we picked up a few points. Oh my gosh, we still have another 810 to go, 910. Still have another 910 to go, so we're going to need another, at least one more trip. See if there's anything coming out here that we could take today, because we still have, no, we're not going all the way to Fort Worth. We're not going to Camp Verde. Okay, boys and girls, that's it for today. We will catch you on the next one. Now, I do want to show you real quick, external contracts. We can't go to that one because we're not in the paid mod. The cargo market, we can't go to that one because we don't own the trailer. The one that we can only, the only one we can pick up on is called the external market, which is the freight market. It's called freight market up here at the top. Down here at the bottom, it's called external market. So that's our load board. And we're going to probably go see if we can buy a garage in Baltimore, since we did discover Baltimore. We did not discover Rocky Mount that I know of. I think we bypassed Rocky Mount. That means we have to deliver to Rocky Mount or come off the highway when we go by there one time to discover it in order to buy a garage. We have to actually go to the town. So, well, thanks for riding along. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to this video if you haven't already. Subscribe to my channel. And don't forget my other channel, Peterbilt 352RV. Like, share, and subscribe over there as well if you would. And we'll see you on the next one. We'll see you when we see you.